Is up today, jerks. I thought it was going to be a slow day. We had a busy night last night. Karen Reed fundraiser went really well. Then I issued a retraction this morning. God damn. I wasn't expecting to do that, but I felt like I needed to. Um, People should check that out. I also been walking dogs all day and then getting all this breaking news. Karen Reed was in court today. I missed that. It was a quick hearing. But the big story is this Kelsey Fitzsimmons. And I have exclusive source and info that you probably won't find anywhere else. You may have noticed a few months back, probably several months back, when this first kicked off, I told you about a source who told me about the DVRs and the video surveillance equipment and how these videos would come in big into the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case. Hold on one second. I got to work on one thing. Let me just fix one thing. I'll be right back. Sure, I got the right. I'm getting off the petty. I'll be right back. Just give me one moment here. I want to do this right. Oh, there's a light that's flickering and I don't want to deal with it. I'll be right back. I'm just going to turn it off. All right, I'm back. So I told you, months ago that the video would be a big part of this case in Kelsey's defense, likely. And I mentioned Justin, and it came from one specific source, and that source has been on the money with everything. And with this smoke, this fire, there's going to be a lot more to come on Justin. Some stuff that we're going to be scratching our heads. I'm telling you. Today, a video came out, a bunch of court filings that we're going to start to go over. But there's some exclusive things that I want to report on. And let's just start off by playing the video that they just released. And if you look at this video, what you're going to see is Justin, Kelsey's boyfriend. This is on the Thursday after Kelsey had gotten shot on Monday. It was a few days after the incident. He had moved out the day before she got shot on Sunday. So he had legally changed his address. He had moved all his shit out. But here he is on Thursday after she got shot, a few days after she got shot, kicking in Kelsey Fitzsimmons' door with three other individuals. And I have gotten information on who these three individuals are. One, I believe, is his brother, who was in court. It looks like him. So one of my sources, one of the sources, I've got a couple sources on this, but one source is telling me they believe that's his brother and two other firefighters, one from Haverhill and one from North Andover. So those are the three other people that joined him in breaking and entering into Kelsey's home, where he was no longer a resident. And what was he looking for? My source is telling me he took a laptop, he took cash from the house, he took passport, baby books, baby shower gifts, even like some personal photo books and things like that, like collectible, for the baby stuff that was all Kelsey's. And he ripped out the security, the alarm, the new DVR that had been put in because the police had already taken out the DVR, the security video DVR. The father had put in a new one since then. And basically what you're going to see is him breaking in and even messing with the internet. I'm like ripping off the internet. And Essex County or Essex Superior, Essex County DA doesn't want to press charges. They've asked that the defense for Kelsey Fitzsimmons has asked for a special prosecutor to be appointed to charge them for breaking and entering and robbery and all this, but the Essex County DA is refusing to do so. So let's watch this video. Let's see what we see. We'll go through some documents, but again, I am exclusively reporting that the three other people, one is possibly his brother, is what one source is telling me, and the other two, I have their names, but I'm not going to report their names. I'm going to play it safe here. But one apparently is a North Andover Fire Department firefighter, and the other is a Haverhill firefighter. So you got two North Andover firefighters because Justin is one too, which is something I'm going to follow up with those departments and see if they're investigating this at all, since the court filings are now public. This is wild. Watch this video. Let's watch this video real quickly, and we'll go through some of the documents. Look at him. He busted down the door. That's Justin. I believe that might be his brother. Then apparently two firefighters. And then where they're going is to the basement where all of the security, internet, all the hookups are. Into the basement. And that's where the video ends. The video ends because now he's unplugging everything. He is unplugging everything there. Wild. All right, this is one filing that's been posted on X. I have some other ones I'm going to go through. I haven't even looked at them all. I wonder if I can increase the size of this one, or maybe I should just get it off my computer. Yeah, that's not big enough for me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go with the downloads. Hold on one second. Let's just stop pulling up the slides. Here it is. I get the same motion, hopefully. Thank you, Haley Elizabeth, for becoming a new member today. Should be able to increase this. Hold on one second. Why won't it let me increase? Do I have to down? I'm forgetting how to do things. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me just 1 minute. We got all the exhibits and we have the motion. Let me bring up the motion first. I know how to do this. Like I said, I'm doing all of this on the fly today because it's last minute. I wasn't planning on doing this. This was when you get the call, you get the call. All right, here we go. We got it out. All right, this is the motion that Kelsey Fitzsimmons has filed. It's a defendant's motion for disclosure of promises, rewards, and or inducements. The defense requests specific written disclosure and written notice of its compliance efforts. Talks about Brady versus Giglio. Giglio. The Commonwealth claims no such inducements exist, but the circumstances and the weight of the evidence strongly points otherwise, they're saying. The Commonwealth's blind eye is a purposeful, brazen, tactical maneuver designed to avoid the total implosion of its case against Miss Fitzsimmons, the true victim here. The court should enter orders to ensure that full disclosure is made. The defense makes a specific request for discovery as to each of these reference witnesses. Now, tomorrow, Kelsey Fitzsimmons is going to be in court tomorrow. Essex Superior Court in Lawrence tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm hoping to be there. Enlists Justin here. Justin, non-prosecution despite overwhelming evidence of criminal activity. Look at this. Like I said, and this, I think this is what we're going to read here. It's the tip of the iceberg. I think there's going to be more disclosed about Justin. That's what my source is telling me. On July 3rd, while Fitzsimmons was hospitalized at Mass General Hospital fighting for her life after being shot in the chest, at that time, as set forth on video surveillance, Justin and Leah forcibly broke into her residence at 125 Phillips with 3 other accomplices. See the video, we just played it. Elaine had 4 days prior obtained a fraudulent ex parte family court restraining order from an affidavit full of lies about Miss Fitzsimmons, stealing full custody of their 4-month child and receiving an order that she stay away from him and the baby. I haven't put it on the screen, have I? I'm sorry I didn't put it on the screen, but I'm reading from it. Here it is. This is it. Forgot to put it up on the screen, Mike. I'm just trying to get this in because we were supposed to have a show at 4:30. There's a lot to do today. I'm trying to make sure we cover this quickly. I'm hearing all sorts of things he was accessing. Yes, that's an allegation. We'll see. Yep. And if he did, what I'm hearing is the theft of the money. Yes. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. She was in critical condition. This was at a point where the family was worried about her, will and last rites and all that other stuff. They weren't sure she was going to survive this. Reading some of your comments here. All right, let me get back to the document. We'll read more. All right, this is where we were. In the affidavit, he swore that he lived with his parents in Stowe, Massachusetts, giving the order in his favor against Kelsey, his adversarial position in litigation against her, and her sole ownership and residence in the premises. So she owned the home. He was living there, but then he had moved out on Sunday. And this is what he swore to in the affidavit, that he'd moved to his parents' house in Stowe, Massachusetts. She owned the property. She resided in the property. He didn't have ownership and he had moved out. So they're claiming in this filing that the boyfriend had no residential or possessory possession rights whatsoever regarding Kelsey's secure locked property. He had no business going there and no legal right to enter. In fact, Miss Fitzsimmons' father, an alarm and surveillance contractor, which I had reported, I believe, first on that. I had told you about that, didn't I? Had just changed the locks and updated the surveillance system in the house after his surprise litigation against his daughter. So basically, right after the fiance boyfriend hit her with the litigation, the father went in and changed the locks and updated the surveillance equipment. Smart guy. As detailed in Ms. Fitzsimmons' sworn statement and corroborated by Stephen J. Fitzsimmons, Steve says Elaine broke the front door and door jamb to gain entry, which you see. You see him. I mean, you can see him push his way through, right? He entered with three other individuals who I have noted. I believe one of them is the brother, and 2 of them are firefighters. One in North Andover and one in Haverhill. The surveillance system and alarm were immediately disabled and destroyed, causing thousands of dollars in damage. The modem power was forcibly pulled out of its wiring. That's why the video shuts down, right? He disabled the modem, the internet, and the surveillance system and alarm. It's alleged he then stole cash, gift cards, Kelsey's passport, her personal laptop computer, and other valuables. He also stole evidence contradicting his family court affidavit, a handwritten letter authored by Mr. Alain praising Miss Fitzsimmons as an amazing mother removed from the refrigerator to prevent its use, and exposing his lies about her. So he also took the evidence. He had a handwritten letter that was praising Miss Fitzsimmons as an amazing mother. He removed that from the fridge. So he took her valuables, took some evidence, and this all comes from Stephen Fitzsimmons, Kelsey's father. These are all Kelsey's father's statements right here. They're allegations again. I'm not saying they're 100% true, but these are the allegations in the affidavit from Kelsey Fitzsimmons' father, Steve, who I believe is a straight shooter. And he is again the one who put in the surveillance video equipment after. He's the one who changed the locks to the house. Further, after stealing Miss Fitzsimmons' laptop, Mr. Alain brought it to his parents' residence in Stowe, where connected to the Alain's family Stowe Wi-Fi network, Braceland. From there, he accessed her Facebook, AOL, and Gmail accounts. Wow. So he jumped into, with her computer, he went into her Facebook, AOL, and Gmail accounts. He gained entry to bank accounts. He withdrew approximately $5,000. That should be like a felony. That should be federal. That seems like bank fraud type shit. He withdrew $5,000 from her accounts. Think about that. He closed accounts. He accessed her medical records. That's like, wow. He accessed her pension beneficiary documents and canceled her travel reservations, redirecting funds to his own account. That is, wow. That's got to be federal. That's got to be federal. Like that kind of stuff is a federal crime. If true, these are allegations. All of these actions were traced and readily apparent on the laptop's recorded computer history. The laptop was returned to the home at some point in Kelsey's 53-day hospitalization and what had to have been another unlawful entry, an obvious effort to conceal the computer crimes. Wow. So then he returns the computer. He returns it. That's how I was wondering, like, how do they know all this? Wow. Wow, he's fucked. If this is all true, how the fuck can he be charged? Like, and Paul Tucker, what are you doing, DA Tucker? This is beyond a family dispute. He went into her computer and took money. The conduct described constitutes probable cause for at a minimum. They cite all the laws that he broke, breaking and entering with intent to commit a felony. Wow. So these are felony crimes. Holy shit. Destruction of concealment of evidence, felony up to 10 years. Another felony, malicious destruction of property. Also, unauthorized access to a computer system and identity fraud. These are all crimes within the Commonwealth. These are state crimes, state chapters they're citing. I also think he could be charged with federal crimes. Despite requests for investigation, see Exhibit 5, defense counsel emailed to prosecutor, we'll look at that in a second, sworn statements, corroboration, and video evidence. The Essex DA's office has declined to charge Mr. Alain. Big surprise, right? With any offense rising from the July 3rd to 2025 incident. No agreements, emails, texts, or other writings have been provided relative to the non-prosecution. Further requests that the matter be referred to an outside prosecutor due to the obvious conflict have been rebuffed. Wow. I mean, this Justin guy would have been a big-time witness for them. How is he going to answer all this? And how does the Essex DA not even do a special prosecutor about this? And the defense definitely has a point here. This guy is going to be one of their key witnesses. In exchange, it seems like he's getting coverage from all these crimes that he committed. That would be an inducement to testify the way you want, right? I mean, the Essex DA has this all over their witness. They could charge him with pretty much any of these crimes at any time if this witness doesn't go along with what they want right now. The extraordinary leniency in a multiple felony case involving destruction of potential evidence in a pending criminal matter constitutes a considerable benefit. All right, I'm gonna check the chat real quick. This is wild. Are you guys like just like holy shit? Yes, firefighters. Looks like two firefight. Oh, three firefighters. Two from North Andover and one from Haverhill. Right, he might be the one facing charges now. This is if I was him, I'd be getting nervous. I'd be asking for immunity. Yeah, I mean that's going to be a big part of the defense. It's pretty clear. That's what I've been being told by this source from the very beginning. And how the surveillance I didn't understand how the surveillance video would come in so big, but now I see it. Now I get it. They told me this that the surveillance video and Justin, those where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm told there's much more coming. Like this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be a lot more dropped about this Justin guy and his background and what he was up to and his personal character type stuff. Crazy. What connections does he have? He's a firefighter. He's been a North Andover firefighter for longer than Kelsey's been a North Andover police officer. He knows the police officers and all the firefighters in town. Those are the connections he has. They're one big gang, and Kelsey wasn't part of the gang. She's the odd woman out. All the dudes that have been there cover for each other in the fire department and the police department. That's what it seems like to me. It's one of the reasons I've stayed on this case too, because I knew where it was going from the very beginning. Some of the info I had, and I'm in a unique place to report on all this stuff, especially after the trial. After the trial, I think we're going to have quite a bit of follow up too. This is wild stuff. I want to thank everyone in the chat. If it's your first time in a while, you haven't been here, please like and subscribe. Thank you, Law Wifey. And thank you, Haley Elizabeth, today for the super chats, too. All right, how are we doing on time? We're doing good. 3:12. I got an hour. Let's try to get through this in an hour because I got to show up at 4:30. I got to prepare for 2. All right, so basically they're asking for discovery here. They're saying you guys have given this guy a lenient, extraordinary leniency with multiple felony case, and you're not giving us any disclosure about it. There's no discovery here. There's no guidance. There's no implicit agreements or positions regarding the reasoning or cause of non-prosecution. There's a quid pro quo going here. Quid pro quo. All right, let's get to this part. Officer Patrick McCarthy Noonan's non-prosecution employment protections and financial benefits. So they throw that in there too. Officer Patrick McCarthy Noonan. I love how they use the McCarthy in there. Shot. I think that's an obvious reason why they're doing that. Instead of just call him Officer Patrick Noonan, it's Officer Patrick McCarthy Noonan. Shot Miss Fitzsimmons in the chest on June 30th, 2025. The events are not recorded by police body cameras or residential security cameras. He claimed Miss Fitzsimmons tried to shoot him. Without ever interviewing Miss Fitzsimmons, the prosecution believed and adopted Noonan's fanciful, self-serving version of events. The Commonwealth sought to leverage the shocking allegation into an assault with an attempt to murder, 20-year felony, which was rejected and no billed by a grand jury in favor of an entry-level superior court charge. So that basically means they tried to get her for the intent to murder. Grand jury said no. They got this lesser charge, which is assault by means of a dangerous weapon. In these circumstances, a 1-year probation disposition is eligible under the sentencing guidelines. The allegation that Miss Fitzsimmons assaulted Noonan hangs by a thread only held by Noonan himself. As a result, the Commonwealth is strongly obliged to make him as comfortable as possible. So basically what they're saying on this is he's their chief witness. After shooting his colleague, he was immediately placed on critical incident leave from June 30th to August 27th, 2025. Upon returning to work, Officer Noonan resumed full-time duties and worked paid details for approximately 138 days. That was the status quo. On or about January 11th, 2026, Officer Noonan failed to report for his scheduled shift and was deemed AWOL. Officers responded to his residence for a well-being check after phone calls went unanswered. Noonan eventually answered the door and stated he had taken Flexeril, and did not wake up for work. Despite this, he received only a written reprimand. He was placed back on critical incident leave effective January 17th, 2026. He has continued to be permitted to work paid detail assignments while on leave. Wow. So this guy's been on leave ever since, really? He does some paid details, but otherwise he's been on leave ever since. And didn't show up when he came back for the brief time he came back. And said he was on Flexeril. I don't even know what... Does anyone in the chat know what Flexeril is? What is that? What kind of prescribed... Is it... I'm guessing it's prescribed. I'm sure he had a doctor's note. What the hell is it? Oh, it's a muscle relaxant. I wonder what he... Wonder why he needs a muscle relaxer. He's a big guy. You never know. He might have some back pain or something. All right. Let's go on. Critical incident leave is ordinarily reserved for officers unable to perform duties due to trauma. Officers placed on critical incident leave are typically removed from active duty because they are not considered fit to perform. To defense knowledge, working paid details while on such leave is highly uncommon, if not unprecedented. In fact, the North Andover Police Department's collective bargaining agreement states a patrol officer on limited light duty should not be eligible for details or overtime. So it sounds like they made special exception from him beyond the bargaining agreement. North Andover Police Department union agreement. The continuation of paid employee benefits following an AWOL incident raises serious questions regarding preferential treatment and whether employment protections are tied directly or indirectly to Officer Noonan's role in this prosecution. So they're saying he's getting special treatment at work on this leave because of his testimony. He's a prime witness. The details of these arrangements, extraordinary arrangements, are crucial to the defense. Paid leave, deferred discipline, employment protection, internal agreements regarding discipline are tangible benefits. If any favorable treatment was extended in connection with his cooperation or testimony, it is impeachment evidence that must be disclosed. Wow, so they're basically saying, your two top witnesses, the boyfriend and the cop, you're not giving us disclosure, and there's issues with both of them. Legal standard under Brady and Giglio, the Commonwealth must disclose any evidence favorable to the accused that is material to guilt or punishment, including impeachment evidence. Mass courts have repeatedly held that promises, inducements, understandings, and favorable treatment, whether formal or informal, must be disclosed. So there you go. Like, even if they didn't talk about it, just the fact that these folks got favorable treatment on the charges for Justin and on the fact the leave, and you're able to still do detail work. You don't get in trouble for the AWOL. That's favorable treatment to both of them. And it doesn't have to be formal or even informal. It just has to be disclosed. These are basic discovery obligations. So just going up to, read what this law says and how you have to do, you have to disclose it. And the Commonwealth has not provided one shred of documentation about it. So this is a request for relief. The defendant respectfully requests that this court find that a conflict of interest exists as to the prosecution of Justin Alain, requiring the appointment of a special prosecutor, that the Commonwealth's certificate of final discovery compliance be stricken as premature, and that the Commonwealth must disclose immediately and in full. So again, they're asking, this conflict exists, but they're required to do a special prosecutor. And this is what they want disclosed. Any non-prosecution agreements, charging declinations, discussions, or understandings regarding Justin Alain. Any immunity, leniency, assurances, or favorable treatment extended to Mr. Alain. All personal, police, medical, and other records concerning Officer Noonan's critical incident leave status, disciplinary actions, AOL investigation, internal affairs findings, and authorization to work paid details. Any communications between prosecutorial authorities and law enforcement concerning employment protections or disciplinary handling related to Officer Noonan. Any other promises, rewards, inducements, benefits, or favorable treatment provided to any witness or potential witness in this case. So that's the filing. Wow. They're going after the main two witnesses and how the state isn't doing anything about it. I wonder if they'll go to the feds. Someone just said federal. I see some federal charges possibly here against Justin specifically. That's like bank fraud, wire fraud. They call it wire fraud. Like that could be a federal crime, especially if like some of those accounts, the banks or the vacation firm, if they were sending money from out of state to him, that's definitely federal. So this is wild. This is wow, shocker. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Michelle Yabel 17 says, thanks for all the Kelsey updates and support. We're going to be covering a lot more. I expect Tim Bradel and Martha Coakley are going to have some statements to make after court tomorrow. Tomorrow she's in court. We have some other things to go over with this filing. The exhibits. Let's look at Exhibit 3. This is the one I want to look at right now. This is Steve Fitzsimmons, the father. Let's see what he had to say in his affidavit. I'm going to increase the size a little bit. Again, this is from Kelsey's father. This is his affidavit about this. To whom it may concern. My name is Stephen J. Fitzsimmons. I am the owner of Alibi Protection, LLC, an electronic security company. Kelsey Fitzsimmons is my daughter. And hopefully, Steve, you're home by now. Hopefully, because I know Steve said he was going to be watching this, I heard today. But I heard he was traveling. So hopefully you're home and get to watch me read your affidavit. Kelsey Fitzsimmons is my daughter. On Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025, I went to the home my daughter owns at 125. I'm not going to read the address even though it's on the screen. To change the locks and install a replacement video recorder. I also changed the code to the burglar alarm system as well. So again, he changed the locks. He installed a replacement video recorder, or DVR I've been calling it, because the police had taken the one that recorded everything that happened that day. And he also changed the code to the burglar alarm system as well. He says, I returned to the home the following morning, July 3rd, at approximately 10:30 a.m. When I approached the door, I noticed the door was damaged and not secure. I immediately ran back to the driveway, yelling to the police, "Somebody broke in! Somebody broke in!" At that moment, Justin was present and admitted, "I broke in. It was me." Huh. This is Wednesday, July 2nd. And then he went back to the home on July 3rd, which is what, a Thursday? 10:30 a.m. Upon inspecting the property, I noticed the burglar alarm system was destroyed. When I went to the basement, I then noticed that the alarm had its power ripped out and the siren was ripped off the wall and damaged. I then noticed the new video recorder also had its power ripped out. After requiring all the security equipment, or after repairing all the security equipment, I could not get online with the equipment. That is when I discovered the power to the internet modem was also vandalized. I then repaired all and did a full inventory of my daughter's valuables I saw the day prior. She had cash in her drawer. She keeps her spare keys and other personal items in. The day before, I saw a $100 bill and other paper money. The cash was now gone. The day before, the only thing in the top cabinet of the open gun safe were Kelsey's passport and her social security card. Her passport was now missing, and only her social security card remained. I found it odd that a love letter stating what a great mom she was also stolen off the refrigerator. I removed her jewelry box and her social security card and brought them to my home for safekeeping. But because of the grave condition of my daughter and her still in a critical unit at the hospital, to this day we have no idea if anything else was taken, including any jewelry from the box or any other personal items. Attached to this email statement is a video of the breaking and entering. God damn. That's the thing. When you have a guy who's a video security expert, he's as on point as Steve Fitzsimmons, you probably should be doing this shit. God damn. God damn. This is wild. It's probably not the home you should be fucking with. Oh, you know what, Viper? You are right. You know why? My source has been right on everything about the surveillance videos. Remember that? When, like, I'd say like 4 months, when, I don't even know. I lose track of time. But many, many months ago, when we first started reporting on this, I told you DVR, video recordings, were going to come into big play in this, and that Justin and this cop were both going to have a lot of issues in this. And that is the source that is now telling me all this stuff that I'm, revealing about the firefighters. The same source is also telling me Justin is about to have much more shit come down on him. So Viper, your hunch, your feeling seems to be right on the mark. A lot more stuff is going to come out about Justin. Lot of new info is good. I want to leak it now, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be careful. I'm being very careful today. I just gotta. It's a time and a place. I don't want to screw up the defense. Let them have that. The Unforgettable, $20. Thank you, Mike, for covering Kelsey's case and these updates. It is heartbreaking for what she went through, how they pulled her away from her child and continue to keep her away. All involved need to be prosecuted. 100, Kelsey Love. Thank you, The Unforgettable. Make sure you check her out, too. She's got a new YouTube channel. She's started YouTube, and so she's been a guest on some of the shows and calls in here sometimes. So definitely check her out and give her a sub on YouTube. Thank you so much, The Unforgettable. Wow. All right, let's look at the next one. We got some other exhibits here. Stop sharing this for a second. Let's go to, I don't know which ones would be good. We'll just start from we saw the video. So we got the video. Let's look at the exhibit 2. This breaking and entering. Oh, we have a statement from Kelsey herself. 2-page statement from Kelsey. I haven't even looked at this. I'm reading this stuff. I'm taking phone calls. I'm walking dogs. I got a lot going on today. Statement of Kelsey Fitzsimmons. On July 3rd, 2025, at approximately 9:35, Justin broke into my residence. Justin had moved out of my house days prior. He has acknowledged that he no longer lives there in the affidavit he filed with Essex Probate and Family Court on June 30th while applying for a restraining order. My father, Stephen, is the owner of an electronic security company and installs burglar alarms and surveillance systems. Upon Justin vacating the home prior to July 3rd, my father changed the locks and replaced the surveillance system after the June 30th service of the restraining order and the taking of my child. Justin did not have authorization to enter my home and had just sworn to a court that he needed a restraining order keeping me away from him, yet he came to my home and broke in. Think about that. He went to the courts and asked for a restraining order against her, and now he's breaking into her home. And he said he moved out. Like, as the video clearly shows, this guy's not too bright. Justin broke my front door and door jamb in order to gain entry. He entered my home with 3 other individuals assisting him, who probably are now witnesses. I wonder if that's why I'm going to call these fire departments. I want to know if they're investigating their firefighters over this. Let me read more. Upon entry, Justin and the other 3 individuals are seen on video entering my basement and immediately disconnecting the surveillance system that was installed and actively recording. She goes on to say Justin proceeded to steal several items from my home that did not belong to him. Some of the items he stole were my laptop, my iPad, my passport, and an important piece of evidence he took off the fridge, a handwritten letter he wrote to me shortly before he went to court with a false restraining order affidavit, stating in clear terms that I am an amazing mother and partner. This letter completely contradicts the lies and misrepresentations filed in that affidavit. It is a crucial piece of evidence that destroys his credibility by his own hand, which is why he stole it and why he is presently depriving me of its use for my defense. I'm aware from my experience as a police officer. It sounds like Kelsey and Steve are, I mean, that's the thing. Usually in this type of case, right? You don't want to put the person that's accused of the crime on the stand. In this case, Kelsey has an affidavit backing up what's said, but she doesn't really need to be the witness on this stuff because she's got her father, Steve. Steve is going to probably be a witness, I'm guessing, here. Let me read more. I am aware from my experience as a police officer and a law student that GL Chapter 268, Section 13E, a felony, prohibits the destruction or concealment of evidence, stating whoever alters, destroys, mutilates, conceals a record, document, or other object, or attempts to do so with the intent to impair the record, document, or object's integrity or availability for use in an official proceeding, whether or not the proceeding is pending at the time, shall be punished. If the proceeding involves the violation of a criminal statute, as is the case here, the punishment is up to 10 years in prison. Once Justin stole my laptop, he then brought it to his home where he resides with his parents. And it talks about how he connected, kind of going over the same info we just said. And she's also saying I have personal knowledge that is his Wi-Fi. So she's basically saying I know from what's on my computer that's his Wi-Fi connection in Stowe. And she's talking about how he accessed her Facebook or AOL account or Gmail. And once he accessed the email accounts, he was able to gain access to my Expedia account, checking and savings accounts, beneficiary information, paperwork for my pension, patient portal for medical records, ambulance reports where I was the patient, and looked at my medical records from both Lawrence Hospital and Mass General. Wow. He also used my stolen computer and my identity to gain access to bank accounts. He was able to withdraw approximately $5,000 and close the accounts while impersonating me under my login credentials. Wow. That's a big inducement to be able to steal $5,000 and nothing happens to you. Justin, again, posing as me, further obtained and accessed a release form from my medical records through my Gmail account. He further accessed a change of beneficiary form from my pension through my Gmail account. Again, under my identity, he accused my accessed my Expedia account and canceled a trip that was planned, booked and paid for. He further accessed and received a refund for the trip into his personal checking, posing as me. None of these actions were authorized by me, and the only access to these items comes from impersonating me through my login. I am aware from my experience as a police officer and law student. That's the thing that's sad. I mean, not a lot of police officers study the law or go to law school. And she was a law student. She had a lot to offer. I am aware from my experience as a police officer and law student that stealing someone's identity is a misdemeanor, which provides that whoever with intent to defraud poses as another person without the express authorization of that person and uses such person's personal identifying information to attain or attempt, let me read that again, to obtain or to attempt to obtain money, credit, goods, services, anything of value, any identification card, or other evidence of such person's identity, or to harass another shall be guilty of identity tax fraud and shall be punished. This is a summary of the facts known to me and is not intended to be an exhausted document with every applicable fact. So that's Kelsey Fitzsimmons backing up her dad on that one. All right, so that's exhibit 2. Let's go to exhibit. We did 3. That's Steve Fitzsimmons. Let's go to exhibit 4. Kind of went out of order here, but we're off to number 4. What's this? Oh, these are the emails. Holy crap. There you go. They're showing how he accessed it under Braceland 4. It shows the times. Wow. Shows the websites he logged into, AOL, Facebook. God damn, man. You don't fuck with a security guy. I'm like looking sideways to read this. I'm sure you all are too. You got the medical record. There's a medical record right there. Medical record request. Wow. All right, let's see what else we have here. That was exhibit 4. Where's 5? Let's do number 5. Exhibit number 5. What's this one? Another sideways. God damn. Oh, this is an email from Bradle to Martha Coakley. Uh, so I'm guessing this is an email. It's hard to read because I'm looking sideways. Is this an email to the DA's office? Who is this an email to? Oh, it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's an email. I'm guessing this is an email EAS. Who's EAS? He's with the state of Mass, so I'm guessing this is probably the DA's office. Somebody at the DA's office saying, "Hey, can you charge this dude?" All right, so we did exhibit 4 and 5. I think this is the last exhibit, exhibit 6. Look at this one. All right. Oh, this is the exhibit number 6 is the, oh no, that's the wrong ones. Hold on. See, I haven't even been showing them on the screen, have I? I've just been reading them. It's funny. I thought I had them all on the screen. I'm so caught up in this today. Did I put Steve's? I think I did. I put Steve's on the screen. That's his affidavit that I just went over. Um, Hold on. So funny. I guess I didn't have them on the screen. I've just been reading them, read them back to you. I thought I was putting them on the screen. It's so funny. But this is basically the agreement. New England Police I can't even say it, Association collective bargaining. So this is basically about the North End of Police, and this is about the police officer. But this one, if I didn't put it on the screen, I'm putting it on the screen now. This is the one that's sideways that I was talking about. This looked like it was an email about basically charging them. I'm guessing, and I'm gonna share this one. These are the this is the proof of what emails he was looking at when, and basically how he was looking at them, which you're going to see at the end here, the last page. There it is. That's his Braceland. That's his parents' home. So I believe this is basically showing all the websites and the clinical, the medical information that he accessed on her computer. It's going to have the dates, right? So it's showing, there you go, Thursday, July 3rd. And did I put this one up? Let me read the chat right now. Did I even put Kelsey's? Oh, I still don't have them on the screen. So funny. I keep thinking they're on the screen. They're not. You can't see them. Okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't quite prepared for this, but I'm reading them to you. But I'm going to try to put them on the screen anyway so you can see everything. All right. This is Kelsey's statement I read earlier. And these are the emails I was talking about. You could see the email addresses, and then at the end, the last page here, you see the Braceland, the Wi-Fi that he jumped on her computer at his parents' home. And these are apparently the websites he was getting into. Look at that. Forgot the password on Facebook. Looks like he was changing her passwords, right? Once he got into her email. See all this new logins and changing stuff. Wow. Not good, Justin. Not good. And some of this is medical. You can see some of the medical emails. Wow. Not good, Justin. Not good, Justin. Holy crap, people. Wow. Anyone have any questions? I wouldn't have fucked with Steve Fitzsimmons as being a security expert and like breaking in. That was a bad move, Justin. Bad move. You're not a good criminal, it looks like. It looks like you might have got your buddies at the fire department in trouble too. Did he know her passwords? I don't know. I mean, it seems like he changed some of them from what we're looking at from that document. It looks like he might have changed some of them. A lot of times on your laptops and stuff, sometimes you have your little icons and you don't even need to log in because you're permanently logged in. If you get into the email address, then you can change passwords on everything else, right? That's what it looks like. It looks like she had some kind of, maybe Microsoft Windows set up there or Google. He was able to open up her computer, open up that email, and start looking through her accounts and changing passwords and things like that, right? Yeah, I would say that's a lot of crimes. That's a lot of you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back too with the DA's office. You know, how would you feel if you were one of his friends though? Imagine if you were like even his brother, his brother, or those two other firefighters. It looks like one was from Haverhill and one was from North Andover. Do you think they knew what they were getting into? Do you think he let them know, hey, we're going to be breaking in? Because now they're witnesses. If they don't, they could potentially have some legal liability, get charged too. This is wild. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't showing everything earlier. I got so caught up. Yeah, I know. I did think it was on the screen. What the duck? How bad am I? I probably should get a bigger or two screens so I can do this shit. With StreamYard, like you're clicking back and forth between the tabs if you don't have it all set up the right way. I usually don't share so many documents, so it's not that complicated, but there's a lot here, a lot of exhibits. But I read them all, and I did show them in the end. You did get to take a look at some of this stuff. Like this is the affidavit from Kelsey Fitzsimmons. I can't believe he took $5,000 he withdrew. That's crazy. Approximately $5,000 in funds. That's true. That seems like it could be a felony, right? I mean, a lot of felonies here. I don't see how they're going to have these two guys as witnesses. Yeah, two screens are essential. I know. I've been holding off on that forever. I probably need to go to two screens. What did the firefighters do to help him? I carry shit out, I think. I know. Why did they even need to be there? Do you know what I mean? That's a stupid thing. It's like, why did he bring them with him? Why do you need four guys to? What was the purpose of that? It's weird, isn't it? Just proves to me that this dude's not the smartest bulb. Rocca Maria Morelli. That's a good question. Oh, definitely. I think all of it goes to his intent. There was a question: does this go to his intent? I think so. This happened just a couple days after she was shot. The incident happened on Sunday. No, no, Sunday he moved out. Monday she was shot. Thursday this happened. That's the timeline. So Sunday he moved out. Monday she got shot. Thursday he's breaking in. Is my understanding. Do we have Kelsey's fundraising link? We could post it in the chat. That's a good idea. Why don't we do that? Why don't we help her out? I'm looking for it. Here it is. I'll post that. in the chat. If you want to donate, you can definitely donate to Kelsey Fitzsimmons. She's got a Give Send Go. It's Help Kelsey Heal. Give Send Go dash oh, givesendgo.com. Givesendgo.com/help help Kelsey Heal. There we go. I'm going to pin it in the chat too for anyone that's just showing up right now. You know who's got a lot of explaining to do is Paul Tucker, Essex County DA. What is Paul Tucker? What in the Tucker is this guy doing? Jesus Christ, bro. Who are you protecting on this one? The whole thing stinks to high heaven, doesn't it? Someone says, "Can I use a split screen?" I used to use a split screen, then it stopped working. I just was like, I get so frustrated. So I got rid of it. Same thing as my studio equipment. Everything always ends up shitting the bed on me. I'm not very good at tech, you can tell. I'm better at talking to sources more than the tech. Maybe I just need to hire a producer again. Maybe I need to make more money at this so I can hire someone to handle all this stuff for me. This was not long. Again, Monday. Monday is when the incident happened where she got shot, and Thursday is when all of this went down. So true, Sam. There's also the Kelsey Fitzsimmons group you can join. Definitely check that out. Yep, tomorrow I will be there. Tomorrow, court, 2 p.m. Really want to stream it. This is what sucks. Now that it's not as close to me, I'm gonna have to choose between streaming and driving out there. And I think tomorrow, I don't think that much is gonna happen in court, so I don't think I'll miss much if I'm not streaming the hearing. Hopefully, NBC has it up on their YouTube so we all have a copy of it later because they get good video. Um, but I want to be, I want to be there after because I think the lawyers are going to have a lot more to say after the hearing about this stuff, and I want to see what they say. A lot of people are not trusting Paul Tucker right now. I asked him about the conflict of interest with Gigalotti. This seems like even bigger conflict of interest on this one, doesn't it? Oh, this is a good point. He expected her to die, and he was setting up things so he could receive the most money possible, even if it meant a felony. Think about that. Wow. Law Wifey says, I bet this was planned. I don't know. I haven't heard anything on that part. But I have heard more shit is going to happen. More shit's going to drop on Justin. It should be soon. He might have expected her. I mean, a lot of people at that point, even her family, that's what they were worried about. Is she going to die? They were making that type of arrangements to just in case something, she that's what they were worried about at that point. It's crazy. Mm. So I'm going to be back here tonight or today in like a half hour. 4:30 I'm supposed to have a guest on. We're going to talk about a guy who's in jail for a quadruple murder, a murder of four people at a recording studio in Boston. And the person who was convicted of the crime, it seems like, did not do it. There was another confession. Rosemary Scarpiccio is trying to help release this person from prison. I'm going to have somebody on my show at 4:30 who spent a little time in prison and knows both of these people. The person that's currently serving the murder conviction for four people, as well as the person that Scarpiccio is pointing at. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. 4:30. I hope you're here for that one. Holy shit, I'm kind of blown away. I just read that all live with you. I hadn't even gone through it. Yeah, that's a great point. What the duck? Think about that. Think about that. Imagine the mother of your child is in critical condition and your first thought is to steal from her. Something not right about that. I think that hits at his credibility too, right? It's wild. Yeah, I'd love to know more about how Justin was throughout the relationship. I don't think it's going to be good. I think we're going to get a lot of dirt on that stuff. Yes. I'll say one thing. If I see Justin in court again, I'm going to have some questions for him. Again, I'm not harassing anyone. I'm just a reporter asking questions. We're allowed to ask questions of witnesses. I think that's the blessing that she did not marry him, right, Deborah? Yes, we love Rosemary Scott Piccio. She's great. Hmm. That's the key too. It'd be one thing if he kicked their door in my opinion, he was just grabbing some of his stuff. He could have said, I just don't want to be in the house when she returns. I want to get my shit out of there. That would be one thing. But if he took the $5,000 out of her bank accounts and he took her laptops, he took, I mean, all this stuff that her passport. Why would he take her passport? That's weird, actually. It's like he didn't want he wanted to control, like if she couldn't leave the country, she couldn't go on vacation. He canceled her vacation. That's weird too. And then all that damage to the house too. Like I imagine that's gonna be a pretty penny to repair all that. Yeah, he was not the husband. He was the fiance, the boyfriend, fiance, the baby's mom, baby's daddy. Say baby mama. He was the baby's daddy. Ah, holy shit. See, I don't even think like this. This is wild, Leia Lucas. I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe I wonder if she has insurance policies. He was. You're right. He was looking at her beneficiaries, right? Holy shit. Mm, there you go. You guys are already ahead of me. You're already thinking. I didn't even think of these crazy shit. Who thinks like that? God damn. God damn. It's crazy. Yes, we do. The house was only in Kelsey's name. She bought the house. Not he's not a husband. He was a boyfriend, fiance who moved in with her. She bought the house. The house was her name, and the boyfriend, fiance moved out on Sunday, and it's kicking in the door on Thursday. Yeah, I feel bad for the kid. Feel bad for that baby boy. He's even. I mean, it's just that. Oh man. Right? Maybe you just wanted to know what he might get. I'm sure they're on it. I'm sure they're on it. Steve's very meticulous. I'm sure he's on it. And what the duck? Yes, that's the other thing. I think, especially if he gets charged. Imagine if all of a sudden he catches some of these criminal charges. It's going to be flipped very quickly, isn't it? The shoe might be on the other foot before you know it. Any other comments or questions? Guys have had a lot. You ladies have had a lot of good comments that have kind of even opened my eyes. Like about the passport. I couldn't figure out why he grabbed the passport, but it could be, like you said, for ID, for insurance policies and things like that. You never know. Yeah, this stuff is essential to her case. It discredits both of their key witnesses, Patrick Noonan and the fiance. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think they've already it seems like the witnesses too are already discredited too because they got inducements, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. All the witness testimony is going to be discredited too. This is a lot harder for the DA to prosecute right now than we originally expected. So yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Hopefully no dog customers hit me up. I got have a couple dog walks, so I may show up with dirty pants, but I'm gonna try to be there tomorrow. Yeah, he did. He transferred from Lawrence PD to North Andover. That is correct. He served at Lawrence for quite a bit, and mostly at I believe the night shift. I hit them up with a FOIA request to see, if I could get their records, any disciplinary records. They never got back to me. We need to do some FOIA requests. Maybe you should. You're the man on getting documentation and research, Jay Brill. What? That's one thing we should be trying to get is his records from Lawrence Police Department. Why he left there, you know? Especially at Lawrence, a lot of these cops get in trouble over there. So he might have some discipline records over there. We should definitely see what we can get. I tried, they didn't get back, but maybe someone else can give it a shot. Oh, thank you, Haley Elizabeth. Much appreciated. $10. Much appreciate that. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Oh, you have an eye appointment at 3? That's okay. You can watch on the replay. Watch on the replay. Oh, you want me to check my DM after the show? I will. I will definitely do that. You're crying. Why are you crying today? Is this elephant in the room? Tutu. I wonder why. I don't know. Are you one of the people involved? You're just crying over what they did to Kelsey, maybe? Yeah, the equipment and the wiring is expensive. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for everybody for supporting me today. If you haven't, make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, this one right here is big, right? Taking the note off the fridge. Oh, you want to get me a dual screen fund? I think I'm gonna have to do it. Gonna have to clear off this table too. I still got the old equipment over here, and I got another mic over here that I never use anymore with the whole. Look at this. I get this is the expensive mic that I don't use anymore because it has a different plug-in. Now I have a cheap mic. I had to keep it simple for myself. That's funny. Thank you, What the Duck. All right, I think I'm gonna take a break now. I think I'm gonna go eat some chicken pot pie, and I'll be back at 4:30, hopefully with Dave. Hopefully, I'll be back. Another show tonight, 4:30. You have a screen for me? Where are you at? Depends on where you're at. Hit me up, Twitter or Facebook. Yeah, I got a fresh start. I got to clean up the desk. I got the two places that are messy in my world. This area right in here and my car. I got to clean both of them out. Then I'll be good. Ah, the thing about the other screen is I have a big laptop. Like I like my laptop. So can you use one of those big wraparound screens with a laptop? I guess you can. I don't know. I don't have like an office tower or anything. It's like it's a laptop. Oh, thank you, Deidre. Much appreciated. 1999. The spare time. I wish I had spare time. I've had no spare time today. Haven't been able to eat yet. I got a chicken pot pie in the oven. It's done. I know it is. So I'm gonna try to eat it in 10 minutes. I'm gonna eat for like 10 minutes, and I'm gonna come back down here and set up for the next show at 4:30. God damn. But I should be done early tonight. It's not gonna be a late show. Yes, that's what I like to do. I like to keep it simple with the USB plugins. That's what I do my mic and my camera with. Oh yeah, my car. That's why my car is messy. Exactly. Plus, I don't have cleaners come in. We clean for our cleaners. We have house cleaners come every 2 weeks. And we basically every 2 weeks we clean for the cleaners. I know it sounds insane, but that's just what you do. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if she was keeping people keep saying that she was pregnant. There was some reporting for Just Machado about it. I haven't confirmed that. I have no idea on that part of the story. Whether Kelsey was pregnant when she got shot, I don't know. I've heard different things actually. I have different sources, and when they conflict, I'm kind of or even ambiguous. They don't give you a real answer. I just kind of back off. Like I'm not gonna push on some of these sources because you know maybe sometimes they don't want it reported, and I don't know. But I do have two sources on some of the things that I've said today in terms of the reporting. But the big thing is, I have that one source that is basically saying this is who the other three people there were. One is the brother, one is Justin, obviously, and two are firefighters. One with Haverhill Fire Department. I have a name, but I'm not going to say it. And the other one is apparently a North Andover firefighter. So I guess one of the next calls or emails I'm going to start making is over to the North Andover and Haverhill Fire Department and ask them if they're investigating their firefighters over this, situation. Well, the good thing about that is the judge is gone. That's why we're all going to Lawrence tomorrow. They've assigned a new judge to her case, and it's in Lawrence, not Salem. Yeah, I got sauces. I got a couple different sauces. All right, I think I'm going to log out. I'm going to go have some chicken pot pie. I think I covered it all. We got through it quickly, even though I screwed up with what I wasn't showing on the screen. I hopefully you all understood what I was saying. Yeah, I know it's better to read it as I go along. I'm sorry I didn't show all the affidavits until after. All right, I want to thank everyone for being here. Again, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. I'm not going to burn my mouth, hopefully. Come back at 4:30. We'll be live at 4:30 with a guest and covering another true crime local case in Boston, a quadruple murder. I'll see you at 4:30 p.m. Peace out. Thank you.